Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Monday morning edition of the Moose Minute Project. There's just so much more. Yeah, that's the title today. There is just so much more. Mother's Day was yesterday. Went and saw and delivered flowers, talked to Mom at the cemetery. So the first Mother's Day without my mom. Up and down. Did my yard work in the morning and late in the afternoon just to kind of clear my head. But yeah, a lot of emotions. I thank a good friend of mine for sending me a message that was thinking about me and a message that went with it. I sent that to a few people as well that I know are missing their mom as well. And, it's a rough thing. As a kid, you don't ever expect that. You don't expect or plan or prepare for that first Mother's Day without your mom. So, my mom was, she was the most loving lady I know, but were there quirks? Yep, there definitely were. Were there rough times, good times? Yeah, all the above. But I wouldn't change it. It developed who I am and made me who I am. I guess I talked to my wife yesterday about it, and with my stroke, my fuse has gotten a little shorter. I don't have as much patience or tolerance for people that lack common sense or people that are not going to be there for me or my family. And if you are my family and you are, I've decided that the stress and everything else involved is not worth it. So you just walk away. No matter what, somewhat it hurts. It's just better to walk away, to not have those stress, to have that drama, to have all of those things. So the more I've listened to coaches and life coaching and stuff of, hey, if you call and they don't call back, just let it go. And that's where I'm at. And it hurts. But my mom always, my wife told me yesterday, she goes, because I have some grudges yet. And yeah, I was raised that way. My mom held a lot of grudges, held a lot of hate, and I don't know if hate's a good word. Disdain, dislike, through many, many things. And I look at it, and it was so much energy that was not worth the waste of time. So it is time to just walk away from some of those relationships and some of those friendships and some of those in your life that you thought would be there that are not there. It's just time to walk away and concentrate on those that are there for you and be there for them. So, for the messages yesterday, thank you. Lynn, you know who you are. Thank you very much. Mark, truly appreciate you guys. Been friends since high school. So 92, and it was way before then. It was Little League when we were playing Little League and growing up in a very small town in northern Minnesota. So thank you for those messages. But there's just so much more in life. And until you figure out that life is hard, life becomes difficult. I had a discussion last night with a very good friend of mine, and we met through a great guy, and she lost him. They were married, and I was part of the engagement process and everything else, and she lost him to an accident at work, but she's back to smiling. She's in good shape as far as, and she's we were talking about it last night about how things are difficult. And a good buddy of mine and I had this discussion a while back as well. And his daughter brought it to light, and I shared it last night with her, you know, I don't think God's making it difficult for us. I think it is the devil testing us to see where our faith and our commitment is to the good Lord above. Are we going to sway when things get really, really hard? Are we going to take a shortcut here and there when things get really, really hard? I went through my stroke, got through Lyme's disease. I look back when it started with an accident that took I'm blind in my left eye. I got 2200 because of super glue in it when I was 19 or 20, something like that. You go through a divorce, you go through this, you go through that. I think it's more that the devil tests your commitment to where you are. Are you going to keep going? Or are you going to take that shortcut? Are you really going to work for what you have, or have you worked for it? I think there's a lot of people out there that have been truly blessed with a lot of things, and they're not giving the right people credit for it. They're not knowing how blessed they are that they had parents that had businesses or that handed them down. Yes, you worked there, and yes, but the majority of that investment was done way earlier, and it got handed down to you. And sometimes I think they take it out of context, and they think it's all about them. They think they are the higher of the above. I think we're dealing with that right now with somebody that's in the White House. They were blessed with a whole lot of money, and it wasn't them doing it. So they're saying, oh, it's all me, 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 when if it really was that, they probably would be, yes, turn millions into billions or millions into multi-millions, maybe. But without that initial big investment, would you be where you are today? And are you thanking the people that gave you that opportunity? I think there's a lot of people that would love to own their own businesses. They'd love to do things, and they'd probably be really good at it. But they don't have the financial portion of it. There's some of us that have been working since we were 14 or 15 full time, or not, as many hours as you could, whether it was bagging groceries or doing whatever, to put clothes on your own self. I wanted to have the Guess jeans and the Nike shirts and all the Nike shoes and all of that. I had to do that on my own. And I'm not blaming anybody for that. It was the best thing that ever probably could have happened to me, because I have not stopped working. I continue to do everything. I continue to strive, and I continue to try to be the best version of me. And that wasn't always the case. In my mid-20s, or early 20s, 22 to 24, I would say, I was probably not a real nice guy around. I wasn't very smart when it came to things. A lot of drinking, a lot of partying. Had a great time doing it, but I wasn't smart when it came to things. So there's plenty of time, and it's all up to you on what you want to come out of. You can blame all the people you want. If you're having a rough life right now, you can probably blame your parents. You could blame your siblings. You can blame society, how hard life is. But you need at some point to, as my mom would say, pull up your boots and get to work. Everybody puts their pants in their one leg at a time. We all do it, and we all need to keep moving forward. So, that's where I'm at today with the Moose Minute Project. I'm going to end it with, today I'm going to go over one package that I got. Well, there's actually two packages involved, and then tomorrow I will talk about the other thing I received in the mail this weekend. But Roto Cap, I talked about it earlier. So they're sending me 2 Roto coolers, which are like Yetis. And then in there is going to be a certificate for the Roto Cap of your choice. So each package is $1,000 retail value. And this is going to be at Silent Auctions November 8th at the Phoenix Center for the 2nd annual Marcy Strikeout Alzheimer's Baker Shootout. So that will be November 8th. Tomorrow's prize that I'm talking about is going to be really cool as well. And you can enjoy this package, but you can also, there's another company that this gentleman owns that if you're looking for hunting dogs, we're going to talk about tomorrow on the Moose Minute Project for the Tuesday morning. So thank you for tuning in today. And again, pull your boots up, get to work. If you're struggling right now, reach out, message somebody. We're all here to help. Whatever we can do, most of us will try to, if we're there. But let me know. I just truly value everybody that gives me feedback on these. But, if you're sitting really well off and you're doing great things, look back at who did that for you. Was it all your hard work, or was it because you were blessed with people's hard work before you that gave you an opportunity? And are you passing that on the way the person would that gave you that chance? Just something to think about. Hopefully you will take time and gratitude. That's why there is a thing called the 2nd annual Marcy Strikeout Alzheimer's Baker Shootout. I sent in all her final paperwork yesterday. I closed out her bank account on Friday. That was pretty hard. And Mother's Day yesterday. But there's plenty of things left to do for me. I've got plenty of things on the outlook to make this tournament the next best. The first one was absolutely phenomenal, but I am really looking forward to how good the second one is going to be. Again, November 8th. And everybody's like, Chris, it's not that long away. We're in May already. I'm about 3 weeks away, maybe, from my birthday, June 6th. Yeah. So we're cruising along at a very good clip. It seems to go faster and faster as you get older. I'll be 51 this year, and it just seems to be flying along. But thank you all for tuning in to me. If you haven't yet, you can hit the subscribe button or the like button and get notified. These all go to YouTube as well. There's over 200 and some videos on YouTube of the Moose Minute Project. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. We will talk tomorrow morning with another Moose Minute Project. And again, I will talk about the hunting trip that's going to be available. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. And as always, if you can bless somebody today, please do.